Hey Donna, welcome to the live. Hey Lauren, hello, hello, hello. I am S. Marie. Welcome to the live. Let's see. Let's get this a little bit better. Maybe there. I see a shadow. Is that from the ring light? Probably so. I. Oh, no. Yeah, it's from the ring light. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Hey, Kia. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hey, y'all. Hey. I can't see the comments. What's the problem? Oh, there it is. All right. So I got. Okay, there go my comments. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the live. Let's actually maybe get this out of my face on. Um, Affordable Baskets by Donna. Welcome to the live. Hey, how are you? Hey, Lauren. Hey, Kia. Hey, how are you this evening? I am well. Thank you for asking. How are you, Lauren? How's everybody in the chat doing this afternoon? Sally says, I was just thinking about you that you haven't been on today while notification came in. Oh, well, thanks for thinking about me, Sally. It's good to be thought about, honey. Hey, Hope. How you doing, sis? As you guys may have heard in some of the lives that I've been kind of sort of in and not really in today, I have some orders that are due out tomorrow. Um, they are, Lauren says, I'm doing great, making some gifts. Awesome, awesome. And let me just go ahead and apologize in advance. I was outside working in the workshop, and some kind of way I left my back door open, like ajar, literally open. And now there's like a fly or two in my house, and it's driving me insane. I've been trying to catch him for the last like 20 minutes since I came back inside. So hopefully it was just a fly. I don't think anything else came in here. So that is that. So if you see a fly or gnat or something in here, that's because there's flies and gnats in here apparently right this second. Um, these gifts are so high end to me. These gifts look so high end to me. Why is there other little bubbles in the way? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I will have. I was contacted yesterday afternoon for. Hey, Lisa Bell, welcome to the live. Yesterday afternoon to make some gifts for a couple of upcoming um, housewarmings. I would imagine you could classify them as. Um, One of which has requested two gifts for the people at the housewarming to play, to win, should I say. So she wants inexpensive gifts for her prizes that the people inside the people that come to the housewarming can play. That's gonna drive me crazy. There's some little fuzz stuff on the side of my bag, and I want to cut it off, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna cut into the bag. So let me just leave that alone. Hey, Rochelle, welcome to the live. Good evening. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Just tap the screen, double tap the screen. And while y'all are over there, there should be some little hearts right over there on that side of the screen, maybe down there in the bottom. If you just tap those, that would help also. So back to the gifts. I have two gifts that are going to be prizes for the contestants or the people at the housewarming to play. The housewarming itself, I will not be in attendance to. So I am sending an inexpensive housewarming gift over there. And then we're actually doing another housewarming gift for that's going to be traveling out of state this weekend. So, that's what I've been up to. So I've got the smaller ones done. I have some other options that they're going to look at in storage tomorrow to see. But I went ahead and created these couple of ones, and I'm just going to be making some bows to go on there. But since I have them inside and ready for bows and ready to do pictures and stuff like that, I thought I would show you what I've been doing. And then I have to go and figure out what I'm going to do for the other two. Um, so yeah, that's what I got going on. So one of which I'm pretty sure you guys have saw this concept a couple of different times um, for different people. Some of you may remember these waffle makers from Walmart a couple of years ago. Hey, Baskets R Us, welcome to the live. Um, and I still have a couple of them, quite a few of them actually. So I decided I would go a simple route and just include a mug. Um, what did I put? The pot holders, a kitchen towel, and then I just put a sanitizer on there also. I tied a little bow around the towel to make sure it stood up a little bit better and to bring some color into it. I tried to make these quote unquote unisex because there will be a mixed crowd at this particular event, and there will be a lot of people playing games and all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to do something that is kind of sort of unisex. So that's what I came up with for one of them. Just trying to move product out of my inventory. And these waffle makers I've been rocking them for a couple of years now. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of the box. So instead of putting it in a basket or doing anything like that, I just dropped a coffee cup on top of it and filled it with some stuff. So we're going to put a bow on this little baby. And we'll put it over a little bit. You can see what all is going on in there. So that one's that. Thank you, Rochelle. And then the other is a fountain. I'm trying to see where the card is. Is a fountain. So these came from the Dollar General. On top, I put one of the little small plates that we got from the tree store. I just added one of those up there. And in this one, I put the aromatherapy diffuser thingy. I put that one there. I actually took it out of the box and stood it up here. But I left the box because it does have instructions inside as well as some information on the back that they may need. And that also allowed me to drop a battery in there, the AAA battery, so that they'll be able to use it without having to go get anything else. Um, I put some sweet orange um, essential oils to go in the diffuser. Is this actually a diffuser? Yeah, to go inside the diffuser. And then I also put in a small bourbon dessert candle. So that's what's in there. We got a little bit of shred. I included some matches so that they can light their candle and a little piece of greenery. Thank you, Rochelle. So that's all I did with that one. I had some of these little bitty tiny black zip ties from some time ago. So they've actually been working out on some of my smaller gifts. And I was even using them to hold together some of my bowls. So I thought that was pretty interesting because I didn't think that they were going to hold much. And they still have these at the Dollar General. So when they have their clearance sale next month, I think it is, you guys look for the zip ties. It's a little bitty bag. Trying to get this thing down. It's a little bitty bag, but it has 75 of these little small zip ties in it. And it's been working out really good. So I recommend those if you need something to close up your bags. And some people are saying that they have um, a hard time getting into bags that are like zip tied or uh, yeah, when we use these little ties to put on there. Um, I would suggest that they just take a scissor and cut into the packaging and take the whole thing off. Um, as opposed to trying to get under there and try to do it. So I had to talk to a couple of people about that at when I was street selling. Just open it up. You're like, well, she has trouble opening things, or the mom with the the doesn't have good mobility in her hands and stuff like that. And I was like, stop trying to make your mama open that. Literally tell her to get a pair of scissors and cut into that plastic. It's just plastic. And also, oh, she likes the bow. Okay, well, you can still use the bow. Just cut into the plastic. There's no need to try to take this off. Just cut into the plastic. It's just on there to hold it. So if you guys get information or people start talking to you about not being able to get into their packages, just tell them to take a pair of scissors and cut into it. It's not that big of a deal. So for the bows, I only brought in a couple of ribbon with me, and I don't even know. Well, I got that ribbon, but I don't think I want to use it. I got the ribbons I just got from Walmart, but I don't know if I want to use that. I could use this little ribbon, and I bought this and this gray in here, but I don't know if I necessarily like it. But at this point, I think I'm going to just use it. And if it doesn't come out the way I want it to, then I will take this bow off and put another bow on there. And save this one for another time. So what have you guys been up to today? You know, a lot of people, I saw a couple of hauls. People have been out to the bin stores and out shopping and re-upping on supplies and stuff. So I was just wondering what you guys have been up to. I've been in the house. I'll be in the house tomorrow as well, except for when I go out to deliver these. And also, I also have to meet a lady tomorrow afternoon to buy some of the wall art. So for those of you who got wall art, hey Itzy, welcome to the live. Hey, Never in a Million, how are you? So for those of you who got wall art, some of the things that I'm doing with mine, besides using it in my actual concepts and using it to decorate my house, the two daughters who have houses now recently got houses, and the rental properties. Whatever is left from that, I've been advertising to on Facebook Marketplace. And I got a lady today that's interested in probably about 20 of them. So she's going to meet me tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to sell off 20. I think I got 30 something from the first store, 30 something from the second store. Um, well, no, the second store I ended up getting like 3 or 4 things, and then 30 something from another store. So I may have gotten about 100 of the wall art pieces in general. I was wanting the really big weekly planner ones that's on the glass, that has the stuff printed on the glass. That's what I wanted, that kind of a thing. But I did find some different stuff that I can use nevertheless. So I took a whole bunch of pictures while I was putting all that stuff in my storage units, and I immediately started posting them. So we have people. Hey, LBE. I sold some of my wall art, Donna says, and the rest go in my daughter's yard sale. Yep. So we are also having a yard sale here in a couple of weeks. So whatever is left, I will probably be selling off at the yard sale. It did pretty good for me in years past to sell that stuff. I actually have sold off like a lot of Dollar General penny finds at yard sales and stuff. This is going to be the third one, the third large one we've done. Um, my first large one, I want to say I made close to like $1,200 that day at the yard sale. So that was a good day, and I got off of a lot of product. Actually, everything that I had at the yard sale left. At the end of the sale, I started advertising again on Facebook and telling people that things where it was like fill a bag for $1, or $5, I think is what it was. And so we had some people come through and do that. There were a couple of people that had stopped in and asked what was I doing with the leftovers. So I divvied up the leftovers. I donated some of them to a local organization here, and then the others of the rest, the other set of it, one of the people that came to the yard sale earlier in the day and bought a couple of $100 worth of stuff, um, said he would be willing to take anything else off my hands after the sale. So after the donation people came and picked up, I called him and told him, hey, come, within the hour, we're going to be out here. Come and get the rest of the stuff. So he came, he got the stuff, and he ended up leaving me another $100 for the rest of the stuff. So that worked out really well. I was able to clear out a lot of stuff by doing that. So I don't know if you necessarily want to just take pictures and put it all up there, but you can group them into little listings, which is what I was doing. The wall art with a couple of vases or candlesticks or lanterns. I did some of those lanterns, the green lanterns that I still had. Any of those large potted plants that we've been getting. So that's kind of how I've been grouping those things up and putting them out on social media. God Almighty. Yeah, I got 100. I got 100. Yeah, it was a lot. That's awesome, Lisa Bell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that is an option. If you have those items, if you found that you overbought or you, because at one point, like the arches, I got, I want to say 4 or 5 arches. I didn't get any more after that. I didn't want any more of those arches. I started trying to give them to the cashiers and other people that were in the store and stuff. And one girl was like, well, what do you even do with that? And I was like, heck, I don't know. And then I thought about it. I said, okay, well, you can. Um, she was like, because what would you do with 2 arches? And I said, well, you can divvy up your space and they don't have to just go over each other. You can put one up and one down. You can paint them. You can attach pictures to them. You can do all kind of stuff. And so at that point, she was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll need some of those and all that kind of stuff." So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the wall art if you found that you ended up with too much of it. Definitely donate, like the women's shelters and the lower income places that help people get back on their feet. You can donate stuff to places like that. And if you are a business, they will give you a tax form so you can claim that as a donation for your business. So keep that in mind. Don't let it overwhelm you. Move the items. If you can't move the items, go ahead and either figure out what you're going to do with them or donate them, especially if you're not actively going to use them. I have plans for all of mine, the ones that I picked up, and I was still looking for juice and stuff like that until I saw Ladies Dies short when she was talking about how it only was good for, I think a couple of bottles were good for, I don't remember what the dates were, but they are not going to make it through to Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, which is what I wanted them for. So when I heard they weren't going to make it, they weren't going to be good by the end, that stopped it. I was done with the Dollar Generals. But in the meantime, I had went to several of them yesterday looking for the juices, and I was still seeing tons of that stuff everywhere. All those arches and the pictures, the wall art, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of it still wandering around, and I didn't pick up any more of it. But like I say, if you ended up with a lot of it and you don't know what to do with it, decorate your house, figure out what you're going to use for backers or what you could use in your concepts, if not everything. Figure out specifically what you want to keep and then find somewhere to offload that stuff. I know some of us came from the penny shopping era where no penny left behind. You had to take everything and all that kind of stuff. And I know I felt like that at the beginning. But since then, I have realized that, yeah, I'm going to leave a lot of pennies behind because there's some of that stuff I'm not interested in. So those are options if you have that stuff from the Dollar General. And like I said, I have these little baby ribbons that I got from Walmart, but they don't have wire in them. And I don't think I feel like fooling with these little baby ribbons. I mean, they're not baby ribbon, but they don't have wire. Never in a Million says, when I had my arches, I attached live floral arrangements for a church anniversary, and they were so pretty, and I left them at the church and ran. I know that's right. Hey, Pooh, welcome to the live. That's an awesome idea too. You can definitely use them for floral things. I didn't even think about using them to decorate like outside spaces. Um, I don't know exactly what they're made of, like what quality the wood is, but you may be able to like stain it with a waterproof uh, paint or stain or something like that, and use them to decorate, maybe in like on the patio or somewhere that doesn't get like direct rain or direct, get wet. They may work for something like that. So yeah, definitely think of some ways to get rid, to use what you have if you actually got it. They are plastic. Okay, well, that is even better. If they're plastic, then they can withstand being outside. Just choose your paint wisely if you're going to paint them. But yeah, definitely. I love that floral arrangement idea. I didn't even think about that. Heck, if I had thought about that, my grandmother probably would have got in on it because she's always trying to redecorate her patio. Or excuse me, her sunroom. She corrects me all the time. Her sunroom. um, Who says the sun took me out? I just woke up. Oh, well, I'm glad you got you some rest and you're feeling better. Up and at 'em again. Hey, Miss Dorothy Anderson, welcome. Mine were plastic, I should say. Oh yeah, I never. I don't know. Girl, I do not know. I got them little things, stuck them in my vehicle, and went on about my business. Then I showed you guys on live, and that was the end of it for that. So it took everything in me to start grouping that stuff up and advertising it. But I'm glad I did because, like I say, somebody's interested in coming to get some of it, and that will be awesome. So I ended up having to text the children and tell them, if y'all are gonna get this stuff, y'all need to come today and get this. Figure out what you want or whatever, and if not, what you want may be gone next time you come here. So both of them was like, "Oh no, you should have waited for us." No, absolutely not. I'm not waiting around on y'all. It'll be all day before y'all come and get the stuff if I waited on y'all. So that's what's happening with the wall art. Who says my mom went back today for me? Ooh, I'm finna unload her car. She found some beautiful items I did not. Oh, that is awesome. That's cool. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of different types of items. Like I said, when I first got word, I didn't even know everything. And like I told y'all, just scan the, so and so stuff and the ones with the backers on them. And child, that's all I knew. So I was happy when we got some more information as to what all was included. So that was cool. I'm glad that worked out. But yeah, we're just gonna make a couple of little bows here. Donna says, I want this little heart to move out of my way so I can see what the chat says. I have to make 2 baskets for bingo night at the community center. I guess every month now I'll be making 2 baskets. Okay, Donna, let's go. Now that two is gonna end up being 5 and then 10 and then other numbers. So get comfortable with your two. That's what I told myself today. Like, girl, you're taking way too long to make this one gift or these couple of gifts. And then I had the nerve to the audacity to sign up for that doggone challenge. And I don't really know why I thought that would be a good idea because I don't really think well on my feet, especially when for gift designing, that is. The other stuff maybe, gift designing not so much. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I didn't find any. Oh no, Sally. I appreciate you and Chrissy connection. You are more than welcome. I'm glad I was able to help the community get a hold of some because I know a lot of you had been talking about y'all don't, or have not been able to get penny stuff and that kind of thing. And so when I knew that it was a surprise situation and that the managers, didn't know, I was like, yeah, they should be able to score right now. So that's why I hurry up and put it on out as quick as I could so you guys can go ahead and take advantage. So that worked out very well. Just throwing up those scissors. Sally, are you going to keep looking? I guess is my question. because it's not that it necessarily is over. It just may be a little bit harder to find some of the stuff now since more of the managers are aware and since the penny shoppers have been out picking up stuff. So there's still a very good chance that things are out there. I don't know if you're interested in continuing to look or not, but just thought I'd tell you that. Hey, Deborah, welcome to the live. I probably shouldn't have did that. I think I will. Now, what I am supposed to be doing is perfecting my bow making skills with this non-wired ribbon. Hey, Catch My Eye Creations, welcome to the live. Catch My Eye Creations was the MVP the other day. She told me about some stuff at Walmart, and I found a lot of stuff. Hey, Ashley, you're not sure? I understand. I understand. I understand. Hey, Marie, welcome to the live. Did I just see that fly? I don't think I even have a fly swatter. Y'all should have saw me in there chasing that doggone fly. I think it's two of them. And they have to go like tonight. I'm not going to be able to sleep knowing that there's a fly here. It's my crazy behind. Like, that'll be on my mind all night. I ain't going to be able to sleep for fear that I may open my mouth during my sleep. And there's a fly in here that is creeping me out already. So I know I'm going to have to find that before I go to bed. Or I won't get any sleep tonight. I'm sick of them. And that's, yeah, it's a mess. They're really, yeah. And we've treated this area a couple of times. And normally this time of the year we don't have to treat, we normally would not have treated our yard or our property this many times at this point of the year. But there's so many gnats and flies, and like we even had what were they? I saw some ticks outside. We don't usually get ticks, but and I mean on the back property we'll get them, but that's because there's so many deer back there. So we know when we go back there that we have to wear protective gear and all that kind of stuff because there are deer that actively roam around back there. But to have them like in the actual yard, I was like, oh no. And so the exterminator guy, he's been out a couple times. He was like, "What y'all been doing this year?" Hell, I don't know, but I want these things to stop being in my yard. That's about all I know. So I don't know what's going on, but one of the things I am going to be investing in is some what is it, lemon grass, and a couple of other natural deterrents from pests. So we're gonna plant some of all of that around the property because I don't want to have to keep treating it. I don't want to do it with chemical because we actually have things growing in my yard. So I don't want to do chemicals. But in the same sense, I can't have flies, and I mean flies are one thing, but I can't have the actual pests out here. Let's see. I was thinking about lemongrass, right? Hey, Monique. Oh man, I done missed a whole bunch of stuff. I make 2 baskets a month for the community. Cool. Hey, Danielle. Welcome to the live. A touch of elegance. Hey. Hey, Miss B. Um, Maybe that raid fly spray get the job done every time. Okay, for real. They fly in your ears and nose. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that the nets. I think I heard that there's some blood types that they like more than others. And whatever that is, I have it because they always eat me up. I can be in a room or area with all kind of other people and ain't nobody getting ate. You know, we outside at the cookout. Ain't nobody getting ate but me. It's like they flying around my face. They all over. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. I don't be knowing what the deal is with that. Why y'all not getting ate up and they eating me up? But that's been the story of my life, literally since I was little. I would always be the one that got ate up by the animals. Um, so much so that I didn't really do a lot of outside stuff when I was younger, but I had to put my big girl clothes on and realized that I couldn't stay in my house all of my life running from animals. So let's see. I'm glad you found a lot. Thank you. Hey, Kimberly. Lemongrass, lavender, and citronella. Yep. That's why I say I'm going to have to make an investment because I need to buy stuff that's already growing. I don't need to start from scratch. I want these plants already big so they can already be doing their thing. Hey, Bourbon Bubblegum. How you doing, Clyde? They love my blood type and mosquitoes. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. I've been using Stem for weeks. My new perfume. Right. Exactly. I saw some of that. I was wondering how well it worked. We usually just do the like thermoseals because I did used to have the torches. Um, so we used to just do that, but it's been such that we've had to actually call people in to have it treated because it's like it's a lot going on out here. So I don't know if it's the excess heat or what, but we've been having a lot of pests out. And like I said, I drew the line. When we got to the ticks, I was like, oh no, we ain't finna do this here. The grandbaby's out there getting ate up by mosquitoes. I'm like, My daughter was like, my baby got a big old bump on his head. Child. This is the country. Your baby is gonna have knots on his head just like you had on yours when you was growing up out here. So don't give me that. Just gotta lather them down and let them play. I think it's the heat. Yeah, I think so too. Hey, Donuts Craft Shop. Welcome to the live. Thank you, Bourbon. Pickle juice. I'm gonna start drinking. I don't know if that's gonna make it. I don't know if that's gonna make them like us less. Cause shoot, I be drinking liquor and everything, and they don't care. They do not care. They still eat my behind up. So I don't know. But here's my little bow. Let me see how that's working. Dollar General has a great fly mix to catch flies. I put in the windows. Oh, actually, hold up. I think I have a fly. I have some fly things that I got from got from Dollar General for a penny. I think I do. I have to go back there and look. Oh, Hope said it will. I know that's right. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, are you the Cheryl I know locally? If so, hey, girl, hey. And how did you find me? And on the back of here, there is a card. Um, it just says, thank you for your business. And then it has the name of the company. On the other side of the card, I put a discount code. I have instructions for them to follow us on the socials. I put a discount for the next order. And I told them that they have to keep the card or present the card when they make the order. Um, so my daughter asked me tomorrow, well, how are you going to know if they have the card or not? I'm like, I won't know. I just want them to take a picture of it or keep it handy for some time, and hopefully that will encourage them to utilize my services. So that's kind of the thought pattern behind that. So it's just on the back of the gift because, like I said, this is a prize gift for a drawing at housewarming party. So let's see. I'll bathe them if I have to. I know that's right, Pooh. They getting smarter with these solutions. We catch some, the others do too much. Yeah. Bourbon says, I'm all late and got the nerve to ask questions. Cute, gift, and bow. What's on the inside? Okay. Cheryl says, yes, thanks for blessing me at the post office. You're welcome, Cheryl. So happy. I was able to share some of my stuff with Miss Cheryl locally, so that was awesome. That's a great idea. Anslow. Ansley. Hi, Ansley. So this is one of the gifts that I will be, that was ordered for a housewarming party. This will be used as a party gift for some of the games that they're going to be playing. So it just has the water fountain in the bottom. I put one of our little trays up here to the top. Inside we have the diffuser. I took it out of the box. So here's the actual diffuser on this side. We also have a small candle, bourbon dessert, and then we have a little pack with our matches in there, thanks to LBE, and a little piece of greenery, just a little something, something. But that's all, and that's what it looks like on the back. Nothing too particular, not a lot going on, but that's it. So that's that one. We just made a bow. I may cut that down just a smidge. So yeah, guys, it's been an interesting day. Just doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of laundry, a lot of laundry. Because I've been deep cleaning. That super cute gift. Whoever wins that will be excited. I hope so. That's the plan. And this is going to be a party with some, I won't say big wigs, but some people who do a lot of parties and functions and gatherings and things like that, as well as some realtors and that kind of thing. So I did want to put some stuff together that they would. I'm trying to get this phone to stand up. Some stuff together for that. So that's kind of why I did this one. And this is the other one. Same thing on the back. We have the thank you for your business card. Just kind of plastered up there. Then we have a waffle maker in the bottom. I just put one of our Anchor mugs inside. I put the kitchen towel and the pot holder and a hand sanitizer inside. And I just wrapped it up. And that's all. Not a lot going on. Nice gifts. Thank you, Miss Deborah. And so now we're going to make a bow for it. And I'm going to be done with these gifts tonight. I was out there in the workshop and I started hearing sounds. So I could hear from out there. It's entirely too dark out there to be out there hearing stuff. So we'll find the sound tomorrow when it's daylight. I like the second one too. Really nice. Thank you. So this one, I think I'm doing red with it and probably this blue. I don't know why I brought this beige in here, but I don't think I want to do three colors on this particular bow. I think that'll be too much, especially with that blue, because it's kind of loud. I love the bow and the gift. Thank you, ma'am. And if I put that beige in there, it's given 4th of July or Memorial Day, and I don't know if I want to do that. Although it is beige, and I just pulled it because we have the tans and stuff in there. But I don't think I want to do 4th of July. The red, white, and blue of it all. Get me a little piece of twine. Probably should have been using this balloon ribbon. I think I was supposed to use that with that, but oh well. And now we're going to make us a quick little bow for this one. And I am drawing a blank on the other gifts. I'm doing housewarming type gifts, and I want to stay in the $50 to $60 range. Me creating gifts at a certain price point, for whatever reason, throws me. The red and blue is a nice compliment. Thank you. Just kind of throws me. Like if I'm making the gifts, I'm fine to just make them and do whatever I want to with them. But when I have to stay within a budget and do a certain, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing to it, it becomes this whole other situation. So I realized today that I kept drawing a blank, just kind of mixing myself up with everything. Um, when I'm working from my LLC book or my concept book, when I'm working from that, I'm pretty good at, hey, all things with a K, welcome to the live. When I'm working off my concept list or my LLC book or whatever like that, I'm good. I'm able to, I know exactly which items I want to pull, what type of gift I'm making. I've already kind of thought about, or it helps me think quickly about what type of packaging or vessel I want to put it in. Whether I want to put it in a basket, standing on top of another product, whatever like that. So that kind of stuff, it helps me do that. But when I have to just think about all of the stuff that I have and then come up with a gift in a certain price point, your girl be struggling. So I was out there walking around in circles. I found myself up there um, doing all kind of stuff. I was cleaning up. Heck, at one point I was dancing. I was like, let me get my behind out of here because I am definitely not being productive at this point. So I did do a little bit more cleaning and organizing and that kind of stuff, that kind of thing. But other than that, I got to figure out what I want to do for these other two gifts. Um, I just found out that one does like wine, um, and the other is does like beverages, adult beverages, but she is a health fanatic. She's a fitness coach, um, and has a pretty high profile job in the health industry. So she's very big on health and all this kind of stuff. So I was trying to think of what in the world I wouldn't even put in her basket. She does not have any colors or anything selected yet. So I couldn't go that route. So I'm just kind of trying to think. I said I'll have to go over some more videos tonight and see what LBE and Lady Di and see what kind of stuff they're doing. Because I can make a big one. It's just going to be, a lot more expensive than the price point I'm trying to keep it in. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do. And I think it's because I have so many options. It's just like pick a lane and stay in it. So I need to figure out what I want to do. Dancing has me giggling. Yes, you moved your body. Yeah, Charlotte, I was out there dancing. I was out there dancing. I was pulling some of Pooh's moves. We was out there twerking. I had the doggone New Orleans bounce on, baby. We was getting it in. All of the things. And then I was like, girl, you ain't working. You ain't doing nothing but playing out here in this workshop. So I said, let me take my behind in the house. Hey, Lady Di, welcome to the live. Did you hear me talking about you? Did your spirit say go see what S. Marie's talking about? I was just saying I have a housewarming gift to make, so I was gonna be binge watching you and E's videos tonight, so I can come up with something that I want to execute quickly tomorrow, so I can get these gifts out of here. So that's all I said. Nothing too bad. Nothing too serious. Wait, you were dancing, S. Marie? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. don't get it twisted, Maria. I just look like this, honey. I'm on around the way, girl. I could dance. I be doing all of the stuff. Now, am I outside twerking? No, but in the comfort of my workshop, yes, ma'am. I have to make sure I keep the moves. Have to. Let's see if I can fluff this one while she's turned away from me. Let's see what we get. I think I'll do red and blue. And put the red there. I cannot see what this is looking like. This is the only thing I don't like about this. I love using backers on my gifts because it makes know that I can keep my bag up the way I want it to without it gaping and drooping. Um, so when I don't have backers on there, it kind of frustrates me because they be wiggling around and flopping forward, and I don't be wanting it to do that. But I have been taping it. I do a little tape situation on the back, and it'll close up that extra slack. It's now called the twerk shop. I'm not gonna do this with you, Kate. That is fire. I learned a new dance tonight and almost had to go to the hospital. You know what, Marie? And I see y'all, I'm not Marie's level of dancing. Don't get it twisted. I'm S. Marie, not Wrap It Up Marie. Wrap It Up Marie got the moves. S. Marie do not. I do enjoy cutting up, that kind of thing. But as far as like actually being able to dance, no, that would not be me. That would not be me. I've been looking for rhythm all of my life, and I have yet to find it. But on a good day, I will definitely fake like I know what I'm doing. Fake it till you make it. So, let me see. That's fire. The twerk. All right. Do you have yoga mats, protein shakers, stretch bands, terry cloth headbands, wrist or skincare face washing that would address her exercise and face washing standards? Thank you, Bourbon. Do you have any neutral color items you can use since one of the ladies doesn't have any color selected? Yes. I think I'm trying to figure out more so of what direction I want to go. Um, I don't want to necessarily do facial products or body care products for the simple fact that I don't know them well enough to know what type of stuff they use. Um, and I try to shy away from those things because keep in mind, these are going to be in front of a lot of realtors, a lot of people. So I want them to know, with these being house themed items that are housewarming gifts, that this is the type of gift I can make for housewarming. So I'm trying to keep it closing gift minded, um, and sticking with the neutrals because we don't know their colors. I don't think they know their colors either. So that's kind of where I'm at. So with it being a home type gift, we definitely have your traditional home stuff, your towels, your blankets, your like kitchen items, uh, dish strainers, hand towels, kitchen towels, all of that kind of stuff. Like we can do any of that. I have those spa pillows back there so I can really do like a bathroom type situation. So that's kind of what I'm toying with. Do I want to make it a lot of fragrance, candles, that kind of thing. So that's kind of that's it. So you're doing closing gifts? Yes, ma'am. Closing gifts. I bet you have all the rhythm. Thank you so much, Marie. I appreciate the vote of confidence. uh, Try using Cutter Backyard Bug Control Spray 4 hours before your event. It really works. Been using it for 10 plus years for my cookouts. Yes, we definitely use that. We definitely do. Actually, I think there's like two or three of those cutters up there. We keep cutters. And when I say 5 to 10 of them, we keep cutter. Um, let's see. I can sing all day but not dance. Like the gift. Thank you. Catch my eye. You can add a backer in the cup. Yes, I can. I can. I should have, and I didn't. But this helps. I put a little piece of tape up there to tape the slack in the back, and so that drew the back of the gift in and made it stand up just a little bit more. It probably doesn't look like it's doing too much better on camera, but it did bring it up some. And I just put, like I say, put a piece of tape, and sometimes I will gather whatever is in the back, pull it together, and then tape it off, and then that way it'll actually pull out a lot of the slack in the front of the gift. I could also pull this down, and that'll probably help it stay a little bit better, or I may just take it off and retie it. Uh, let's see. Kitchen items. Yes. What theme did the realtor ask for? They did not. They did not. Well, let me rephrase that. The person that ordered the gift is not a realtor. The realtors will be there at one of the housewarming gifts. Um, and they are all friends. So there are a lot of realtor friends in this because of the industry that she works in or he works in, the husband works in. There will be a lot of realtors and other people like that there. So that's why I was saying it's a closing gift. Because it actually is for housewarming. So I'm trying to, kind of present closing to them so that they'll have closing there. So we have a little something kitchen closing. We have a little something with fragrance and relaxation closing or home type gifts. So I'm trying to kind of give them a variety of different things. And so the other gift, the actual closing gift from the person, is going to be in the $50 to $60 range. Um, and that's what I'm having to figure out. And all I got was that she likes wine. So I don't know. And then the other one is a realtor. She is actually a realtor. She's a realtor, and both of her sisters are realtors. So we're trying to play with that. And they're in another city, so I don't even. It's not necessarily that I'm trying to get clientele or get orders from that because she is in another city, so that would involve some traveling. I would have to probably travel 2 or 3 hours, and we've talked about it before, and I may end up making up some gifts for her in advance and then taking them to her or meeting her halfway or something like that. And then that way she'll have gifts for upcoming sales. So we're still kind of working out the kinks and that kind of thing. But I was just trying to think of what direction I even wanted to go. The husband said put it all in there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not finna put all of the things. Like, I mean, I could, but I just kind of wanted to be a little more narrowed down. So I guess I need to really figure out what I want to do. Um, Thank you, Sora. Do you have any charcuterie items, boards, speakers, tongs, etc.? That could be pretty neutral. Yes, good idea. My husband uses Irish Spring, so it keeps bugs off of him. What? I can't believe how much it works. What? Irish Spring? Very interesting. Irish Spring smells so good. So her budget is 60, yes. For the gift that's going in with these are 60, yes. And then the other person that ordered it, she just wants a gift to give to the realtor who just bought another house, that type of thing. So, yeah, I had to figure it out. And like I say, we can get big. Your girl is. I love me a big gift. So of course I'm thinking ottomans and big the dish strainers and the lazy susans and the cutting boards and the utensils. Like that's usually my go-to. Of course we add some greenery in there, but I have all of those items, like a lot of that on standby. Then we have different backings, different things I can use for backers. And here, do I have this on here? No automatic. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say she. I can't do it. Then that's what's throwing me because I'm used to doing like larger gifts. It's harder for me to dial them back and keep them in a certain price point. And when I'm creating, I just kind of put what I want to put in there and charge accordingly. But I have to kind of tweak that because I need to make sure I'm able to keep that in mind while I'm making the gifts, especially when I'm doing lots of them, like preparing for the upcoming holidays. I got to get it together. And the recipient likes wine. Didn't you get some of the wine and cheese books the other day? Yep. Or what's that somewhere else? No, that's me. I got the wine and cheese books. Heck, I think I put two concepts together. Let me rephrase that. I pulled items for two concepts out there with those books, the wine book and something else. Um, And not the margarita glasses. What did I do with the margarita glasses? I have this thing here, and I don't know why this is still on my table. This, when I was showing you the cutting boards, the other one of these that I have, I thought was some type of red color, but it's not. It actually is margaritas. So I'm going to include that with the margarita glass and some of that margarita stuff and make a little concept with it. But I've been finding so much stuff out there in the workshop. It's like the more I clean up, the more stuff I find. What about some of the wall art you just got for a penny? Yep, that is definitely an option as well. Definitely, definitely. So yeah, that's what I got to figure out. I'm on like I say, I think the biggest part is me figuring out what direction I want to go in, and then I can kind of pull the items. So go with the throw blanket, that book, cutting board, corkscrew remover. If you don't already have one in a set of wine glasses, definitely. Throw blanket, a book, the cutting board, corkscrew. That is within the budget. Yep, I actually have that. I have all of that. Not the corkscrew removers. I don't think I have those. I have those automatic wine opener things that I had in here the other day. I have those, but I don't think I want to put them in there. But I may be able to run out and get a corkscrew thing, like first thing in the morning. That's it. That's all. Move on. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, go with one of those, right? Yeah. So that is what I had going on. I wanted to come in and do my little bows with you guys and chit chat for a minute because I had not been on, as Miss Sally has pointed out. Do you have wine stoppers? I do. So you don't have to buy anything? I do actually have wine stoppers. Where are wine stoppers? I don't know, but I have them. Where are wine stoppers? Oh, yeah, I do have them. They're out in the workshop. I know exactly where they are. I have like two shelves that is nothing in coasters, right? I have two shelves that's nothing but kitchen products. So you have like waffle makers and all of that multicolored dollar stuff that we got from Dollar General. We got all those little multicolored pot holders and the poop spray holders that LB, those things. Like I got all of those things on two wire shelves. So I know those wine stoppers are in a container in there. Don't overthink it when it comes to closing gifts. Less is more. I know my baskets sometimes look like a lot. It's actually not. I just use items in large sizes. Right. Right. Don't overthink it. I got it. I got it. Thank you guys. Catch my eye says wine and glasses, cheese and cutting board, crackers, pretzels, spreads, jams, sausage, mustard, and if you have a wine bag. Ooh, those are all awesome ideas. I think I only have like two of those things. Catch my eye. I think I have two of them. I know I have the wine and the glasses. Well, the sparkling juice. I have sparkling juice and glasses, cutting boards, and that's probably about it. I don't have any of that food stuff, but those are excellent. I'm excited for you. Thank you, Kay. Hey, Miss Rosetta, how are you? Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm excited. Woo. Now that I know what I'm supposed to be doing. A lot of inventory is I am blessed. I am thankful that I have the inventory that I have. Um, I am just looking to work through some of the mental things that come with that. And me being overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have is something that I deal with a lot. And if I have too much of anything, just like I was telling y'all, when I go into what is it, the Like Bath and Body Works, I don't do good in there at all. It's like way too much going on. I don't know if it's all the smells, if it's the music, if it's all those people walking around trying to get you to smell stuff. Like I don't know what the deal is, but I can't do it. The bin store overwhelms me as well. Um, so some places overwhelm me, and some things do too. So I'm learning a lot about myself. So I'm working through some things, you guys. Y'all stick with me. Stick with me. That food stuff is way over a $60 budget. Yep, that's more of a $150 budget, and that's why I don't have it. E. That's why I don't have it. Now, when I get orders in those price points, then I'll go out and get a couple of items to go in there for that. But I don't keep a lot of food items on hand for gifts. I typically don't put a lot of food items in my gifts, just like I don't put a lot of candles in my gifts. So I do have a pretty good stock of candles. We've been using them for personal use. I try to give a candle for any basket or anything that does not go on the street. I try to put a candle in it because I have to move the candles that I have, and I'm no longer buying them at the rate that I was buying them before. So that is so crazy, but you can maintain your sanity in Walmart. Yep, I lose my mind in Walmart. What? That Walmart is nothing to me. I go in there and whip around that store and find all kind of stuff. But maybe it's because it's a familiar place. I think it's the places that I don't frequent. Like I'm rarely in Bath and Body Works. Like up until I think last year was my first year even buying Bath and Body Works. Michelle will tell y'all when I went out and met her that from first couple of years ago, I asked them up front that well they were asking me, some of the locals were asking me did I put Bath and Body Works in my products. I was like, I don't hear that. So I started sending people over there to shop with them because I didn't have it. I had customers come into my location looking for it, but I didn't have it. So I was sending them over there to them. I was like, if y'all got it and the people is looking for it, then I send them up here to you. So that's kind of how it was. But over, I think last year I ended up picking up some. And I had a couple of products for like Mother's Day. And since then, I've picked up some more, but I don't go in there. I didn't go in there at all for that semi-annual thing that they had going on, like at all. I didn't go in there. Um, yeah, me too. I would love to order on Bath and Body Works online, but the way people hauls have been looking, I'm like, nope, go to the store. Yeah, yep. Yeah, you got to go in there and see what's going on. I just can't do it. It be so much going on, y'all. Where else is it? I told y'all it was something else. I could somewhere else I did not go. I forget. But yeah, it may just be the unknown places or the places that I don't frequent a lot. Walmart, I've been Walmarting all of my life, all of Walmart's life, should I say. So that's never been a really big thing. Oh, and another thing, I don't like the places that don't have their prices on there. If I go in your store and there's not prices clearly marked, I'm gonna turn around and walk right up out of there. Ain't nobody got time to be filling up my cart, taking it up there and getting the price check, coming back, putting the stuff back, selecting more stuff. Like I don't, and I shop by price a lot of times. So if the price point is good and I know that there is a profit in there, whether I can use it in a basket or I can resell it or I can gift it, then I'll be more inclined to purchase it. Um, so if I don't have a list or something specifically that I'm looking for, and I'm shopping by sight or by price, should I say, and there's no prices, I'm not going to keep running back and forth asking you. And that's why I'm such a stickler for having prices on my gifts. I don't want people to have to ask me what the prices are. I don't mind answering them, but I don't want them to feel like I'm just giving them a price as they come up. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to forget. So you could come up and I'll tell you it's $50. The next person come up, hell, I've been told them $40. I mean, so I have to make sure I have my stuff up here so that I'll know and people will know because your girl have a lot of stuff in her mind. Maria says, me too, LBE. Clear's throat, pop shelf. Pop shelf. We don't even have a pop shelf. We don't. I think my closest is like a hour and a half away, and I'd have to drive to another state to get there. So that's why I say if I know Pop Shelf is going like the day before, then I'll make it my business to get up, to drive the hour and a half to be there when they open. Because usually when I shop, I like to be there early. So I'll do that because it's so far away. But yeah, 3 more likes to 100. Ooh, 3 more likes to 50. I'm gonna need to actually be able to read. Hey man, I don't like it as well. No price. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to do. Oh, yep, the bin store. Thank you, Sally. Yep, nope. There wasn't no prices in there. It was so much stuff. People was reaching over each other and pulling stuff and all that kind. I ain't got time for that. I can't do it because the way my mouth and my attitude is. Yeah, no. Them people don't be done putting me up out of there, or somebody will be having charges, and I ain't got time for that. 1 hour and a half. That's the road trip, right? Yep, yep, yep. And I mean, it's not that bad. It is, but it's not because I can go and shop, clearance shop. I can shop all freaking day, so it don't. The time isn't that bad. It's just me knowing or the amount of time that it takes me to get there. I just don't usually don't know about Pop Shelf until like the day of, and at that point, I'm not getting on the road and driving an hour and a half for the locals to have been, beat me to it already. So I'd be like, nah, that's all right. That's okay. But yeah, definitely the bin store. That was another one. So I'm gonna have to step outside of my comfort zone and tackle a couple of more of these places. But as it currently stands, I don't have to go into any of those places for anything. I don't know if you guys are aware, but I also have ended my relationship with the tree store, formerly known as the $1.25 and up tree. We're not friends anymore. I'm gonna still go in there and see him from time to time, see what he got going on, what else he's brought in that is not usually in the store. But other than that, I can't be fooling around with Dollar Tree. I don't like the increasing prices. The people don't know what the prices are. They have scanners, but it's just at this point, it's like a lot of that stuff to me. I was buying it because it was inexpensive and it was all in one place. And it was a treasure hunt to go and look at the different things that they had. So I could find things that, are exclusive to Dollar Tree, but then I was also finding Walmart items. We're finding things that are on, um, you know, all these other places, eBay, Amazon, all this kind of stuff. So I was okay with that because it was always a treasure hunt. Are you just going to only find the Dollar Tree stuff, or is there going to be some awesome find in there? So I was okay with that. But now it's just like I don't want to go in there and look at $19 fans, $20 grills and stuff at the tree store. Nah, bro, we ain't finna do that. I know what their quality is like for a lot of that stuff, so that's why I'd be like, no, I'm not. So I had to take a stand, and that was my stand. Like I said, I'm gonna still go in there, and I'll probably be showing y'all stuff, and I may even have hauls. So it's not like I'm totally avoiding it. But as far as me coming home with 2 or 3 cases of this, that, or the other from Dollar Tree, no. And I told the girls at the stores that I frequent also, because she was like, "We're supposed to be getting." She told me they were supposed to be getting something in the other day. And was I gonna come back and look for it? Or come back and see if they got it on their truck or something? And I was like, probably not. I'm trying to exchange out these couple of items that I still have over there before the prices increase some more. Other than that, they can. No, we're not gonna do this. Catch my eye says. Oh, mine is also a 2 hour away. Yeah. Catch my eye says catch Pop Shelf when it reduces their price. Kitchen items look high end at a reasonable price. They have a lot for $1. I typed slow. Ashley said it. Thank you. Dollar Tree price hikes are ridiculous. Some of the items aren't worth the price hikes. Exactly, Mrs. Stella. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I have gotten some good items at Pop Shelf. I'll let them make it. Yeah, Pop Shelf. It's a cool store. I've enjoyed going in there every time because I've only been to. I think I went like 2 or 3 times. um, when we were in Alabama, I went to the one in Alabama, and Yeah, I went to two in Alabama actually. So that's really the only time I've been in there, and they are. I like the items. I like how they're looking. I loved all of the purses that you guys were getting. Those were amazing. That I wish I had have gotten because the purses do really well for me. Usually on Poshmark and stuff like that, I'll sell purses. Primarily, I had been doing Dooney and Burke, but I have been able to get rid of quite a few purses on Poshmark also. So I would love to be able to catch some of that kind of stuff, but for the time being, you have to shop what's available to you. And for the most part, I'm doing pretty good at the Dollar Generals. I do pretty good at the Walmarts, that kind of thing. So I just shop where I can find product in my area. We don't have a DD's or any of that kind of stuff. I know we have Burlington's and like Ross and that kind of stuff. But those are places that I don't go in all that often, unless they're having an awesome sale that I know about, and then I'll go in there and see what's going on. But I don't really go in there a lot. I think I go in Burlington a lot because they have a lot of teas, and I usually get soursop teas and stuff out of Burlington's. But that's about it. I get a call when they reduce prices. Pop Shelf is my best friend. Oh, that's nice. Ashley, you said seeing me. All I can think of was church. I was so confused. CME. What is CME? Catholic, Catholic Methodist? Don't worry about it. Don't even ask, okay? Don't worry about it. Ah. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of different types of churches and stuff like that. I remember, and I probably should not share this, but I am because I ain't got nothing else to do. And y'all know my mouth get me in trouble. I went to church with a friend of mine. We were, I want to say high school, probably high school. Yeah, high school because I was driving. I remember I drove. I went to a church with her. It was not her church, but it was a church that her family had been invited to come to. So I went to church with them that Sunday, and we were in church, and church was churching and all the things. And so I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of different types of churches, like different denominations and all of that kind of stuff. Like I've been to churches where they do the hymns and the songs and all that kind of stuff. I don't know any of that old time church stuff. Like I don't know that kind of stuff. So I be in there looking like a deer in headlights because I don't know it. At this particular church, they asked for visitors to stand up. So I was, kind of hesitant, and her mom leaned over and kind of looked at me. How the moms lean over and look over people at you. So she leaned over and looked at me, and I was sitting there like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to stand up. So reluctantly, I stood up. And so we're all, there are a couple other people had stood up. We're all just kind of in there standing, kind of looking crazy, like what's going to happen. Or at least that's what I was thinking. The next thing you know, I don't know if he was a preacher or who, but he starts coming around and he's like going up to the different people. And he bypassed this one guy, like at the front of the church. He bypassed another lady. He makes a beeline to me. I'm like, I'm pretty good ways away from him. And he comes over and he was like, "Welcome to the church," or something. And he like hit me in my forehead like that. And I was standing there in shock. When I tell you, it took everything in me not to hit that man. At that point, I turned around, I grabbed my keys and my purse, and I walked out of that church. I didn't know what to do. When I got home, I told my mom, and she was like, "What?" And she was like, "Why did you leave them people church like that?" I, so I'm supposed to stand there and get hit in the head? Like I'm not. I don't understand. So yeah, that scarred me. I didn't. I didn't do a lot of visiting other churches after that because I didn't know what was going to happen. I don't be knowing. So when you said seeing me and all that kind of stuff, that's when I just started thinking I really still don't know about the churches and all of the things. But yeah, so that's my little story time. Ashley talking about OMG what? I don't know what was supposed to happen. I don't know what was going reasonable crash out. Exactly. Cause I'm standing up there like, I know this man ain't just hit me in my head, and then nobody else reacted, nobody did anything. So I'm like, okay, so y'all are aware. So this is like a normal occurrence. Is this what y'all do over here? And if so, it's time for me to go. Processed it all quickly, got my purse and my keys, and I left her. I left her in the company of her parents. She rode home with them. But yeah, I had to go. I didn't know what else was gonna happen in that church, so I left up out of there. And after the fact, my grandma started talking about, baby, you can't go to everybody church. You just never know, honey. You don't be going to everybody church. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, it was interesting. I went to a church when I was a kid and heard everybody yelling, so I yelled, hee haw. And my friend's mom got after me. I bet she did. Maria, why was you yelling that? Like, of all the things to yell in church, that's what you're gonna yell. Why did you yell what the other people were yelling? So yeah, like I said, yeah, that the CME brought all of that to mind. So I figured I would share with you guys. Normally, even as a visitor, don't stand up because sometimes you have to speak. I was young. I didn't even know. And my dumb button, she's looking at me, so I was just like, yes, ma'am. So I'm just standing, I was all, do what you're told at that time. I hadn't gotten into my rebellious stage, so I was very much still a very good girl at that point. I was just like, yes, ma'am. So I just kind of stood up, and everybody's just standing there, and I knew it was something. Like when he passed that first guy, and then he passed that lady. I was like, don't come over here. Do not come over here. Do not come. And just to show, he came right over there and mushed me in my head. I'm talking about just like, and I was like, what in the devil is going on in here? So I stood there, like I said, I looked around. Nobody else reacted. They didn't flinch. They didn't yell. Like, wasn't nobody trying to stop him. Like, I didn't know what was supposed to happen. So I just got my stuff and left. I just left out of there. I just wanted to be a part of the group. So yeah, the only thing I knew. Maria, you definitely beat me out. You won. You won the live, Maria. Hee haw is hilarious to me right now. Honestly, everybody was yelling so loud. Yep. I didn't think they would hear me. Why did you think the people was gonna hit you yelling yeehaw? Are you serious? Maria, how old were you? Okay, wait. You said you were a kid. Okay. I'm gonna cut you some slack, girl. I'm gonna cut you some slack. That is hilarious. LBE laughing, Ashley laughing, Kay laughing, get you, baby. Yes. So, thank you guys for listening to me ramble about the adventures of Esmerie's younger life. And thank you, Maria, for that because that is hilarious. I'm pretty sure I'll be laughing at that for quite some time. I wonder what the point and the purpose of that. I have no idea, Mrs. Stella. I did not stick around to find out, and I did not ask my friend to ask her mom to ask them. Like I didn't know, and I didn't want to know. And I want to say it was probably about a couple of months before me and her even hung out after that because I was like, girl, I don't know. You put me in a dangerous situation, you and your mama. So I didn't want to do too much with them. I didn't want to go over their house no more. I didn't pick her up to go to school anymore. She had to ride the bus. Nah, man, you no, because you put me in harm's way. You should have told me this man was going to hit me upside my head, and then I would not have went. But she didn't tell me, so I was like, bump it. But I mean, we made amends. I got over it after a while, but yeah, for a minute, child, I was hot. I was heated. We couldn't be friends no more. We made it over 50 likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. I can't see anything on this phone. Thank you. 12 or 13. Okay. I ain't gonna mess with you, Maria. It's still funny. I'm gonna laugh, but I mean, I get it. I understand. Because, like I said, heck, I was 16 at the time. Yeah, I had to be 16 because I actually was driving. I see 51. All right. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know. And to this day, Mrs. Stella, nobody has been able to explain to me what that was for or like what they did after that. I didn't stick around to find out, but I don't. I asked a couple of people, and everybody was just kind of like, "What they did? What?" So that made me feel even crazier because I'm like, well, heck, I was a part of something that ain't nobody else even. I mean, it was other people in the church. It was like a whole bunch of other people there. So it wasn't like it was a smaller, because, some things happen in the smaller churches. They have their own ways of service and that kind of thing. Like that part I know. Because her family actually had a smaller church. So I had been there, they did, it was really informal a lot of the times and that kind of stuff because it was primarily family and that kind of close friends and that kind of thing. So I knew that part of it, but honey, after that, I ain't want to do that no more. I'm not like I say, she had to ride the bus. It was a good couple of months before I picked up and took her anywhere with me because she put me in harm's way. My mom was like, "You not gonna call like her? No, and why you not going over with your friend? I ain't going over there. Nope, not even." Survival instincts kicked in, and you was up very much so, very much so. And I did that quite often in those times of my life. Now looking back, yeah, I did that also. I remember I was with a friend, actually that same girl. Me and that same girl was hanging out, and the guy that she telling all this girl business. The guy that she was talking to or dating at the time, they were getting to know each other. So it was her and him, and then me and one of his friends, and we were literally sitting on the porch. His parents were home, all of this kind of stuff. We were sitting out on the porch playing cards or something, and he was eating an apple with a knife. And so he started talking about, that she'll do whatever he wants her to do. And, she's already hooked and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at her like, what? Because they had not been talking for long. They weren't official or anything like that. And so his friends egging it on. He was like, what you mean by that? And, he was saying something else. So anyway, he was pumping him up to continue with those types of shenanigans and ridiculous claims. The next thing I know, that boy took that knife that he was cutting an apple with and reached over and sliced that girl's arm. And I was sitting there like, are you freaking kidding me? And I ended up saying something. She just sat there looking crazy and started grabbing it and whatever. I'm like, what in the world? So I started talking junk. He did the same thing to me. And I have a scar on my arm right here. He sliced me with a knife. And baby, when I tell you we tore down that porch. Like literally fell through the railing of their porch. Because yeah, you cut me. Nah, we ain't finna do this. After that, and I called his mama and his daddies, his brothers, everybody that I knew in that house. I was calling their name. Come get your baby before I do something to him. After which, I got my keys and my purse and told her that I was leaving. Was she coming with? And she said yes. She got in the car and we drove off. So yeah, fight or flight kick in. Like I say, I look like this, and the Lord has delivered me from a lot of things. He's kept me out of harm's way a lot of times, and I am so thankful and grateful for that because I have definitely had some some things happen in my life. Not elegant. I'm just trying. Yeah, man. Mm-mm. What? She rode the bus that night too. Nah, she rode back home with me. She hurt my mouth the entire time. The entire time. So I said, oh Lord. Yeah, I think I may have overshared at this point. So thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you all liking the live and sticking around. And she rode the bus forever. She should have, but yeah, she ended up getting her stuff together. She became we were fine. Yeah, she had to learn some things. Some things she was one that kind of took all kind of stuff from all kind of people, and I was never raised that type of way. I was a fighter. I had been abused when I was younger. I was stalked as I became a young adult or in my teenage years and all of that kind of stuff. So I fought. I was not one to take a lot of stuff from a lot of people. So um, once she realized that she had to stand up for herself and speak up for herself and that kind of stuff, we fared a lot better because I couldn't deal with the, oh, I'm gonna just sit here and let whatever happen happen. No, ma'am, we not playing them kind of games. I wasn't raised that way, so I didn't understand her allowing certain things to happen to her without saying anything or objecting and that kind of thing. So once we got closer, we started talking about some things and you know that kind of thing. So she got a lot better. She's an awesome person, but yeah, it was kind of rocky though. In them teenage years dealing with that chick, it was rocky, baby. Because I was like, no, 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 we ain't gonna do this here. If you watching, hey girl, I know right. Hey girl, hey. She don't bit more Kelly. She do not. She'll probably be like, why are you telling people my business? Now, if I had told you who she was, that would have been something different. But no, she's fine. She's fine. We've discussed this. So I've told my children. She's told her children. We had conversations with our girls about it when we were both younger moms and all that kind of stuff because there were a lot of things that, happened back in the day that we wanted to make sure our daughters were aware of and were able to get out of situations when they needed to. So, yes, I was present when she talked to her children about different things, and she was present when I talked to mine because of that particular incident with that guy. Um, Good thing you left that church. The priest might got what your friend boyfriend for real, for real, for real, for real. So yeah. But like I said, I think I've overshared. I appreciate you guys coming. It's been awesome hanging out and chit chatting with you all. We've been up here an hour and a half. I've made my bows. I have some ideas on the direction that I'm going with the gifts. So I will go out, and it actually has stopped raining. So I may go back out. What time is it? Oh, it's 12 o'clock here. Well, I may not. Yeah, I'll go out first thing in the morning and pull some items, and I may even come and design on live with you guys. I doubt it, but I might. Anybody, please take pics when you finish your gifts. Yes, ma'am. Definitely, definitely will. Okay. Um, Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns for me? Anything they want to share with the group before we go? Open the floor. And that's I was actually thinking of a challenge, actually, you guys. I don't know how to execute it or how we can see if we do it. But um, I challenge myself. Excuse me, y'all. I challenge myself to post daily. It seems like a really simple concept, something that we should be doing anyway. But I have not. So that's something that I definitely need to do because if I don't post the gifts that I have or the gifts that I can make or the gifts that I have made, then the people in my life and the people that follow my page won't know what's available or what I can do. Um, so they're not going to patronize me if they don't see something from me actively on my pages. So I definitely have to get better at doing that. Um, and I want to encourage you guys to do the same. If you have any leftover gifts from previous holidays that you were willing to sell and willing to part ways with, take some pictures if you don't already have them. Take some pictures and upload them. Um, include, maybe include what's in the gift. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be that. It can literally be a short of the gift with all of your little angles and your pictures and it spinning around and doing all. Like it doesn't have to be a post. It can be anything. But I do definitely want to make it my business that I am posting on a regular basis so that they see what I can do and they know when it's time for them to get a gift, or they say, oh, well, I have to get a gift for something, something next week. The first person I want them to think about is me. And they're not going to think about me as far as my gift business if they don't see stuff from me on a regular basis. Um, so, because I had somebody that I'm pretty relatively close with who said, oh man, I forgot all about you making gifts. What? Like, you've been here while I made gifts. You have been on the streets with me while I've made and sold gifts. So I was just like, that's crazy. But then, when I actually thought of it, I didn't say it's crazy to them. I was thinking it was crazy to me that they didn't remember that. But the more I thought about it, why would they remember that? You only see me for holidays, So I need to make it my business to make sure everybody knows me, knows I'm making gifts. So whether it's on my business page, it's on my IG, on my TikTok, on my personal page, wherever, I need to make it my business that I'm posting on a regular basis. So I know I was seeing somebody talk about, make 3 posts a day and all that kind of stuff. That'll be awesome. I'll get there. But for right now, I need to work on getting a post out a day, if nothing else. So whether that's baskets that are completed, whether that's me walking into a store and just doing a little bit of content for, you know what I mean? Not necessarily shopping, but just kind of, how they do the little fluffy shorts and stuff like that, where they're just kind of doing whatever. I can do some stuff like that. So I need to just kind of step my game up in that department. And if you are like me, if you are trying to get your name out there more, if you're trying to increase your sales, if you're trying to um, take a hobby and take it into a business, turn it into a business, then I encourage you to make it your business to start posting. So, like I said, I don't know how I'm going to execute it, how it can be a challenge since, it's not like I'm going to come and look at your page and see, oh, well, you actually posted. I guess I could, but I just want to encourage everybody to do it. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's an actual challenge or just an encouragement that I'm going to keep talking about. I don't know how to actually say it, but yeah, I got to figure it out. Yes, very true. Yeah, it is, Lauren. That's a good challenge. Yep. Yep. I got to get some money coming in. Got to keep the money coming in. Motivation to challenge ourselves. Yes. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. The other challenges are awesome. And my apologies to the physically inclined challenges like the jump rope and all of that. The way my knees set up, honey, I cannot. Yeah, we not finna jump rope. Like, we're not. I'm not. Not if I plan on continuing to walk for the rest of the week. We're not jumping rope. So, and I was already doing the organization thing. So there's a couple different challenges that are going on that I haven't been actively participating in. But I see y'all and I come and I try to support. But yeah, we got I got a lot of stuff going on. I plan on posting soon. Yes, please catch my eye creations. We'd love to see it. Miss Rosetta says, I've only posted a few shorts. Got to start posting some videos. Yes. And that's the other thing. Especially if you're planning to, Kay says, it's just to encourage body movement. However, you can get it done. If you can't, you can always support. Yeah. Definitely. I've been doing it. I definitely need to be better at posting more frequently. Yes. So that's the other thing. If you're building your channel on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, then yes, you need to be posting. The shorts get the people coming. The lives help you with the watch hours. The videos help you with your watch hours. So if you plan on using YouTube as a way to make some extra money, then you have to continuously post. You have to get yourself out there. If you plan to sell your gifts locally or whatever, then you're going to need to make sure the people in your local area know that. If you're selling them on eBay or any of the other selling sites, Poshmark or any of that kind of stuff, you have to get the listings up there. So, That's just, we have to remember to do that. So YouTube, yes, you have to post. Is YouTube going to be the reason somebody calls you next week and says, "Here, I need $150 gift," and they pay you $150 and you walk off with it in your pocket? YouTube not finna give you $150 next week. But you posting on Facebook and telling your friends and family and them seeing you from now until then, that will give you that has more of an opportunity for you to make $150 than you posting on YouTube. So yes, YouTube is important, especially if you're trying to grow your channel and get monetized and get money from there. But the immediate money is you selling off these gifts that we've already made, or you selling off some of this additional stock that you can't find a place to put, or you don't know how to store, or you actually don't want to use anymore. Sell that stuff, get rid of it. Um, but yeah, we got to start like bringing in some money also. I'll be posting as Marie and Basket Makers. Thank you. Awesome. Posting more frequently. Hey, Young Vern, welcome to the live. Yes, yes, yes. Always here to support. Love the basket community. Love it, love it, love it. It's been awesome. I learned a lot from you guys, and it's awesome that we're able to bounce things off of each other and that kind of thing, because people in our real lives don't necessarily understand basket talk, or either they don't necessarily care about basket talk. So for us to be able to talk amongst ourselves and get ideas, find deals, share information, that kind of stuff, it definitely is appreciated and much needed in this type of a community. So, with that being said, I will let you all go. It's been an awesome hour and 36 minutes. I appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out and engaging with me. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. And if you are watching the replay, hashtag replay, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the gifts, about the challenge. Feel free to leave a comment. Like I said before, you guys, if you're watching somebody's live, after the live ends, go back and leave a comment, because the lives don't get as nearly as many comments as the videos and the shorts and stuff like that. So if you're watching somebody's live, go back and leave a comment. Thanks for the live and the encouragement. Thank you. Thank you. And with that being said, I will let you guys go. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Be good, or at least be good at it. That's not right. I'm going to have to stop saying that. I got to find a better punchline, Kay, because that ain't working no more. I forget it every freaking time. And I don't know why I forget that, because I used to say it a lot. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all have a great night. Bye.